Thank you for every story that's been heard, every song that's been sung to our kids. They've heard it. Thank you so much for every joke that's been laughed at. And yeah, thank you so much.
Dancing along the water on a Sunday afternoon, sand between my toes, the sound of waves crashing in my ears.
There was one occasion when he was at kindy and he came back and he looked me square in the eye and he said, "Dad, I'm going to kick your butt." And we looked at each other and thought, that's a pretty good K on the kick and it's a good T on the butt. And so we were really impressed, but he still had to go to his room for timeout. So from the first diagnosis with Ruby, she was our first child, and so she was diagnosed at 6 months old. And the emotional impact of that is enormous. Yeah, it's a huge emotional roller coaster. When Ruby first went to school, you sent a letter out, didn't you? We did a letter up.
Oh, we sent a letter out just to let the parents know of the children that, if they had any questions about, in case they hadn't come across children with cochlear implants before. But they were amazed that they hadn't even noticed that she had a cochlear implant. She spoke so beautifully. Yeah,
so it's not just getting the implant and then having the switch on. There's all the visits. We've worked out as about over 400 over the last 7 years with the two of them. But it's so worth it. We're doing it again in a heartbeat, and that's why we're in here, because the kids are speaking so much out there. We actually can't shoot this. So yeah, it works.
Some around me, my line covered city.
So when Ned was born, our second child, we knew that there was a chance that he may also have a hearing loss. It was still a blow. Like, we found out he was given the all clear at first, and then he had a deteriorating loss a month later. So it was still a huge blow, but at least we knew where to go and who to see. Hear and Say play a huge role in supporting you emotionally, and give you the confidence that you're on the right track and you know what's happening. So from those early days of that early diagnosis, and the first sounds start to come, the first letters, the first vowels, and then little bit by bit, it's like watching the emerging legs of a tadpole turning into a frog. You can see all these words start to come out. And that's where the support of the Hear and Say Centre has come in, because it's not something that happens by chance. It's by an absolute focus, which they have, everybody in the Hear and Say Centre has this focus. There's an absolute will for your child to hear.
Looking at the kids today, they love school. Both of them love school, have lots of friends and go for play dates, and love playing with each other. They're best friends, and they've also got their younger sister Millie, who's 2, and they all play beautifully together, and lots of creative play and drama, and they're hysterical.
Plenty of drama.
Plenty of drama.
Never taken it for granted. Like, we've always been aware that it's a huge, we've been so lucky to be able to have accessed this technology and for it to have worked so well.